Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Long time no see, I know. And I promise it's not because I wasn't trying. I actually have filmed a couple videos um, since like February, March, and I just wasn't happy with the quality of them and how they came out, so I didn't really want to post it. Maybe I'm being a little bit too hard on myself, but I really didn't like the way that they came out, and I didn't want to upload something that I really wasn't proud of. And I actually already filmed this video once, and this is my second try because I didn't like the way that the first version of it came out, but I really wanted to get this video out for you guys before I think it's a little too late. So hi, welcome back. I hope you all have been doing really well. I'm in a little bit of a different setting. I am actually abroad doing my research. That's why the space looks different and new, but I'm coming up to the end of my research trip at the moment, before the holidays, before I go home, and I have some free time, so I thought, why not just do this video and put it out and sort of get things going again. I'm going to talk about sort of a series that I have in mind at the end of this video, so if you're interested in hearing about that, please stick around. But today we're going to be talking about BLACKPINK and their upcoming contract renewals, and I'm super fascinated by this because I haven't seen anything like this happen, at least not in my time and not since I've been following more groups. So if this is something that is not new to you guys and you've seen other groups go through this, please let me know. But to me, this is like super fascinating. So let's just sort of jump in. So BLACKPINK debuted in August 8th of 2016 with Whistle and Boombaya. And their contract renewal was supposed to happen in August of this year of 2023. As you guys know, that has still not happened. We have no news about whether they're going to re-sign. If you see me looking down, it's because I have my handy dandy iPad that I wrote all my notes on, so I don't forget anything. So I apologize if you just keep seeing me look down. But yeah, so their contract renewal was supposed to happen in August of this year, and they basically said it's not going to happen at the moment. That is because they were still in the midst of their Born Pink World Tour. So the tour started in October of 2022 in Seoul, and it ended in September of this year. So that is 11 months of the girlies being on tour. And obviously in between those 11 months, they did other activities. They had, solos, and it's just been a lot, but the tour essentially has lasted for 11 months. Their original tour, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll insert sort of pictures of like the tour dates and stuff. Their initial tour was supposed to end in July, which makes sense, right? Their contract renewal, their contract was expiring in August. Their activities would have been completed before that. At least that's what other groups have done. So it makes sense that their original sort of tour was to end in July before their expiration of their contracts, and they could go into negotiations. So it was supposed to end in July, but at the same time, they were starting to have encore concerts, and which is really weird because it's kind of like doing a round two in certain cities. So their encore, at least in the US, began on August 12th in New Jersey, and it ended in the 26th of August in LA. Again, in between all of this, the girls were staying busy. They did Coachella, which honestly, I loved their Coachella performances. I think it was awesome. I love sort of to watch BLACKPINK perform, honestly, especially Lisa. I think Lisa just has a lot of passion in her for this. So it was really fun to see them perform for a crowd that was not all their fans, which was, I think I really enjoyed it. They did the Hyde Park Festival, and Jisoo had her solo debut finally. So as of the filming of this video, which is December 4th, but I wrote this script on November 11th, that's how long I've been doing this, they're actually still in negotiations. Recently, YG has released a statement basically saying we are still negotiating, and we'll let you know once we have, any news. It's very interesting. So this is like 4 months now after the expiration of their contract. The fact that their concerts were still occurring after their contract expired is kind of weird, because usually they don't have any obligations. Let's say that they were not going to re-sign with YG. They were not obliged to do those concerts. Right now, they could have had like a little extension on their contract saying, it will officially expire after the completion of the concerts, or they could have had like a little temporary contract in between there, just saying, your activities, you're still, obligated to perform these concerts until the expiration of your contract. Like, they just could have, there could have been something in there just basically saying, you're going to do these concerts, and then like negotiations will take place. So from everything I have seen, at least from other agencies, artists would not have any official activities after the expiration of their contract. Usually what I've seen is that artists will even stop activities before the expiration of their contract. Sometimes we know about decisions of certain artists a month or two before their contract expires, like with IM from Monster X. He did not re-sign with Starship, but he is still part of Monster X. We've seen this with Mamamoo. Who else has had a recent contract? I don't quite remember, but usually they're not doing anything because they're in contract negotiations. Because like, what if you start doing something and then you don't resign with the agency, and then you have to stop? I think it's just a big waste for both parties. So what happened here, and why is it so different? From what I've seen, it seems like the biggest question at the moment is whether or not Lisa will renew her contract with YG. A lot of discourse surrounding Lisa is that she's not going to re-sign her contract, and I can sort of see it both ways. She could re-sign with YG, but at the same time, it's almost like she doesn't need YG anymore. Lisa has become such a big personality. She is, although all the girls have basically been ambassadors for multiple brands, they've done so much stuff outside of music that I don't know if they really need YG for that anymore. I think the girls themselves are a brand. Like, Lisa is a brand. So a lot of, debate is going around, like, will she renew it? Will she not? There's the whole debate about her Crazy Horse performance, the deletion of her Weibo accounts, and I think Celine, who she was the ambassador of, has recently deleted her photos from the Weibo accounts, but that is probably because her contract with Celine has expired, because her contract with YG has expired. So I don't think she's able to renew her contract with Celine if it was under YG. Does that make sense? Like, I think there's just more logical reasons for things like that. I think we've also all seen the articles come out about her repeated rejections of contracts that YG has supposedly offered her, and she's also getting offers from companies outside of South Korea. So I think this also just tells you how big Lisa is as Lisa rather than as Lisa of BLACKPINK. Lisa's manager has recently updated her LinkedIn profile, stating that she is no longer working with YG. Now, with her manager, this could be because, one, she is just leaving the company. She's looking for different opportunities, which means, she might not be Lisa's manager anymore. Or two, it could be that she is kind of waiting for Lisa to make up her mind. If she decides to stay on with Lisa as her manager, she's waiting for Lisa to make up her mind about whether she will still be with YG or not. So, that she could just be like, I left YG because my client does not know if they will resign, and at the moment I cannot claim that I'm working with you because my client does not know. So there's there's that. Jennie has also trademarked around 13 separate trademarks with I think just her name. And at the moment, I have not found what those trademarks are for. Are they for a company? Are they for, lifestyle brands? Like, what are these trademarks going to be used for? I think once we know that, that could really, help us out. Before we figure out obviously what the decision is with the members and whether or not they will renew their contracts. Now, people have speculated that Rosé will be the only member to renew her contract, and this is because something was going on. I think she was traveling somewhere, and she was at the airport, and she had security with her, while the other members in their other activities that they were doing at this period of time did not have security with her. So they're like, people are thinking that this is security that YG has provided for her because she is renewing her contract with them. A lot of gossip has been going around as well that YG has something on Rosé. That's why she's essentially being forced to renew her contract. I personally don't believe this. I think if Rosé will renew her contract with YG, it's because they are going to offer her something that she really wants. This could be, releasing more music, venturing into other avenues. I don't know. So we have seen the YG stock drop, multiple times throughout this process. And it seems like, hypothetically, YG is not saying anything about the contract renewals because of the possibility of losing investors. What is going on? Again, we don't know. Why else would we not have any information about what is going on? With their most recent statement, I believe they said something about, they'll release what's going on once they know what's happening with the investors. I think something like that. I will put up obviously the the statement, but yeah, again, recently it was announced that Ion will not debut with Baby Monster, and after that was announced, stocks dropped. So it could have been that they were waiting for Baby Monster to debut, or they are trying to keep their investors as long as possible. But obviously, again, I don't know this, and I don't know what their reasoning is, and this is just hypothetical. Since I wrote this script, Baby Monster has actually debuted, again, without her. So it's just, I believe, six of them. I don't know. I have not checked up on the stocks since their group's debut. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I actually don't think that all or any of the members of BLACKPINK will renew their contracts. And I think that because, one, it has been 4 months since their contract expired, and we have had no news. So that is obviously not a good sign that you are not hearing anything for months about whether or not they will resign. They've just been out there doing things, and we still don't know if they're gonna renew or not. They've just been out there in the world, and we're just like, okay, I guess. But I think they might still continue to promote as BLACKPINK. Now, I see BLACKPINK as a brand. I do not see BLACKPINK as an artist as much anymore. I think they're just so big that they could literally do anything. And I think it would be very smart for the girls if they do not re-sign with YG, or even if they do renew their contract with YG, to request to have the name BLACKPINK, kind of like what GOT7 did. When they left JYP, they took the name of GOT7 with them, and they're still able to promote under the name GOT7. I think that is probably the biggest thing that the girls can do, is advocate to get the name of BLACKPINK and be able to promote under it, because they are known as BLACKPINK. BLACKPINK is a brand. They're just so big, if they do decide to renew their contracts, I think they might ask for more comebacks. If you guys have watched the Netflix documentary Jisoo said, you know, when they're busy, they're busy, but there are times where they don't have comebacks, they don't have anything to do, and they're just sitting in their apartment, like bored out of their minds, hoping to get work done. So I think that is something that they would want to do more. I know that YG has really pushed them into these like being brand ambassadors and being models for all of these different brands, but I feel like that them being ambassadors and being models has outshined the activities of them as artists. And I think that is kind of where YG messed up. I know their initial strategy was release a song, make it a success, wait a little bit, and repeat. And that I think has gotten really tiring over time, because you're creating a demand for the group, but when you're not giving the fans sort of what they want, the fans are going to lose interest and they're going to leave for other groups. BLACKPINK has had 2 full-length albums in 7 years, and even their mini albums are like 3 songs, and some of them have like a few, you know, like remixes of a song on there, so that doesn't really count. And when you're not giving anything to the fans, I think the fans are going to get tired and they're just gonna leave and they're gonna complain, and that's kind of where, you know, you kind of get this like crazy, you know, debates between like fans of different groups. So I think they would want more comebacks. And their recent album had BLACKPINK, the album had a lot of English, I would say, but I almost find that Born Pink had more English in it. And it's just like, I appreciate it, but also I kind of miss just the old K-pop with English sprinkled in. I can definitely see that they're trying to hit a more global audience with the release, more English releases, but I don't think BLACKPINK needs more global listeners, more international listeners. They've already got them at this point. But yeah, I think that we can all agree that they have not released as much music or enough music for how popular they are and how big they are. And that's where sort of a lot of criticism of BLACKPINK comes from. But you also can't sort of fault them for not releasing so much music when the agency is in charge of all of that. Like, the girls could petition, you know, they could argue to have the ability to release more music, but if the agency says no, the girls don't have much say in that. So yeah, that's where I see BLACKPINK. Honestly, I hope this gets resolved soon, because I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this before and it's so interesting to me. So I would love to know what you guys think about this. Have you seen this happen with other groups where it's taken months after the expiration of a contract for them to come out with the news? Or is this kind of like, are you guys as fascinated by this as I am? But yeah, that is all for BLACKPINK and their contract renewal. But as I stated at the beginning of this video, I do plan on making a series on this channel. And essentially, the idea that I have behind it is just kind of looking into the history of a group. Kind of from their debut, their formation, to where are they now. I was essentially going to start with BLACKPINK because this whole contract renewal has just sparked sort of this interest into like knowing what is going on. So my first video was going to be BLACKPINK. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case anymore. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing BLACKPINK as the first video. This would obviously be a longer form video and it would require me to do more research, so it'll take a little bit of time for me to do that. In general, I think I might kind of hold back on doing the reactions for a little bit, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. The last few reactions I did not like the way that it came out, so I did not want to upload them. And I don't want to be forced, you know, I don't want to give you guys subpar quality, something that I'm not 100% comfortable with releasing or 100% proud of, so I don't want to push that. But yeah, I love doing research, obviously. I'm out here in a different country doing research for my own work, so yeah, please let me know which groups you guys would like me to look into. I'm sort of open to doing all groups at this point. If you guys, you know, I'm open to sort of this being a collaborative thing. If you guys want to share some research with me, some links or anything like that, that would be great. I think we can make this sort of a community, a community collaborative project, because I obviously don't know all of these groups, or I might not know a group as well as you guys do. So obviously you guys would know more than I do, and I would love it if we would collaborate on this together. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm so sorry it's taking me so long to come back, but the timing just didn't feel right. Earlier in the year, with the passing of Moonbin from Astro, I was preparing to do a video, and then that happened. And as a fan of Astro, it didn't feel right for a very long time to film a video and pretend like everything was just, you know, sunshine and rainbows, when I didn't feel like that. And I know that the group members and the family and the fans didn't feel like that. So I kind of wanted to give a little bit of time for everybody collectively to kind of mourn. It's still kind of hard to talk about and to think about, but yeah. And then the other few videos that I filmed, like I said, I really wasn't happy with how they came out, so I didn't really want to publish them. Actually, I edited them and everything, and I didn't like the way that it came out, and I didn't want to force it. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking with me, even though I haven't been very active on here. Just life gets so crazy. But yeah, I'm hoping to see you guys more often, and I'm very excited for this new sort of series that I want to do. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!